everyone, here's my story map on Linnentown. So I started out with an overview map. This is a form of the map I made in Lab 2. So it has the Parsons building and Linnentown boundary. Here I provided a short overview of what Linnentown was, urban renewal, why it was destroyed, and my research question, which is I want to highlight where Linnentown residents once lived, where they moved upon their homes being taken from them, and if that move had any implications for residents' renter owner status. I took this screenshot from the Redress for Linnentown website because I wanted to emphasize the fact that it was a stable African-American community, and that a lot of people owned their homes. And then I wanted to start in the 1940s in terms of home ownership. So I have Hope's graphic here that shows home ownership in Linnentown using the 1940s census data. And then I have a short description here of that. And here's my first interactive map. This was made using the removal records. So it has renter and owner status in the 1960s in Linnentown. So purple is owner, blue is renter. And then I have a short description for that there. And then I also have a pie graph that displays that data in a different way. And then a description there, a quote from Bobby about Linnentown, about how it's been important that Linnentown is being talked about now and that we know it exists. And then I got into the rehousing. So I have this map here of where people ended up, and this isn't the full extent. As I talk about under here, people ended up as far as Cincinnati, and generally many people left Athens and moved to some bigger cities or close by ones like Hull and Atlanta. I also noted that we saw some Linnentown residents move to other segregated neighborhoods in Athens, notably the Reese-Hancock Corridor and Broadacres public housing in East Athens. And then I have a pie graph here showing percentages of tenure status for rehousing. And I describe that a little here. It was hard to come to any conclusions given the large number of removal records that were missing information. So didn't really have any solid conclusions based on that. This is more of an exploratory analysis. And here's Geneva Johnson, and I wanted to highlight a rehousing story. So this is Geneva in front of her house. I talked about how she lived at 123 Linden Row. There's a better picture of her home. And yeah, I talk about how her dad moved to this house over to East Athens, and then I ended with the Linnentown Project website and how to get more information on that. Thanks.